Do you want change? That's a tough question. So I wanted to talk to you today about integral eye movement therapy, IEMT. You've noticed that I've been posting a little bit more about it recently, kind of stepping up in how it's working for me and within the work that I already do. So a lot of the work that I do is about transformation, it's about change. And part of the reason that it is because it's been my story. And when I look at my astrology, my human design, all of those things, it's about me learning from my own experience and my own studies to be able to take people through that themselves. Without that, I wouldn't be strong enough to do it. So, talking to you about IMT, the things that I've noticed more for people that come to see me, a lot of them will say, I'm going to yoga, I'm going to meditation, I'm getting Reiki, I'm getting regular massages, I'm exercising, and I can access that sense of peace when I'm in those activities or when I'm with a group of other people doing those activities. But when I'm in life and experiencing life, say at work or within family or whatever, I still find myself really, really anxious, triggered. I don't really know where it's coming from. And this was really my journey with IEMT as well. I'd been really stressed. I'd been trying to build the business. There was a lot going on in my personal life, and a lot of old stuff came up for me. And they were memories about something that had happened to me earlier on in my life, very early, and then teen years. And they were kind of so strong, I couldn't even talk about them without crying. And I knew logically that they were far away, but they felt so close. They felt so hurtful. And what I found was when I started to explore with IEMT that I found a pattern. Basically, I found a pattern. I found some really deep subconscious beliefs about how I felt about myself. The things that had happened to me had created this really deep sense of being unworthy. And what I'd done most of my life was strive towards doing things. I was driven. I had to get things done. I was really ambitious, but I also wanted to grow. But I never got far enough, or as far as I wanted to, or I always burnt out or really struggled with ill health. And there was something that I wasn't seeing. Now, IMT's really helped me with that. And I do yoga, I practice meditation. And what I've also found is that I can actually sit in those spaces now with more strength, with more control, with more power, with more knowledge about what I need to do within that space rather than what's everyone else doing, checking my phone, scratching, those kinds of things. Now, my experience of life is different to everybody else's, but this is what I find when people come to me. They're sick of feeling like shit. They don't really know why they feel like shit. They try everything and it's just not working. And when we start to dig deeper, we find some memories, but generally a lot of them we work with the emotional side of it, which become kind of imprints in us. They're things that happen to us that then become who we are. This happened to me, and so therefore I'm an anxious person. I have this, I am this. It's not about feeling, but the emotion is the feeling. And most of the emotions that I deal with are anger, sadness, and the beliefs are, I put a post out today, I'm not worthy, I'm unlovable, I can't trust anyone, I'm always going to be alone. And when we start to explore that, it's really quite interesting. People have some real releases in their body. You can see that they have a sense of ease about them. A big breath or a yawn, a big yawns. Lots of people have had huge yawns and tears, and we start to clear the way. Now, my experience wasn't the only reason that I use it. The other reason is that people come to me searching for the spiritual path, which is absolutely fine. It's been my path too. But being unable to access meditation because there's so much stuff underneath, there's so much emotional patterning that, we start and I can't do it. A lot of my Reiki students have come for some IEMT to get them further on with their business because it's like, well, I can do it, but I can't do this. And I use it in some coaching, I suppose, in some business clients too that are looking to really start, but they're struggling underneath. So what it enabled me to do was to get people back into their life, to get back into their body, to stop fearing what was ahead and be really kind of grounded in the decisions that they made. They knew that they could access this voice to say no. And for some people, it's really subtle. And for some people, it's like, wow, that was incredible. I've really made some massive changes in my life. And it's a process. I'm just about to return to a wonderful practitioner, thank you, Robin, to work with some of my underlying beliefs because there's layers to them as well. So, when I start to step up towards something, I'm not just fixed. These patterns kind of live within me, and it's like understanding what else is there. So I don't receive it all the time. But actually, when I'm working with something, it's probably quite a good idea to have someone explore that with me so that I can recognize where that still lives. So I'm probably waffling a little bit, but IEMT isn't a fix. It's an exploration of why we feel so rotten, why we can't get to where we want to go. How can we access that calmness, that ambivalence about life? Shit happens. Life can be shit, but if we're emotionally attached to it's not going to be shit, then that's just going to keep coming. These beliefs are going to be reflected back at us until we see them. And it was very much the same for me. So if you're looking to have some IEMT, if you want some more information, I obviously, when people come to me, they can be really anxious, worried. I've worked a lot with health anxiety, all sorts of stuff, lots of anxiety, with really traumatic flashbacks, people that have, been attacked. And that's been a trigger to a lot of other things. So, it's really good. I work online and in person. So if it's something that you can't access with me in person because of your health anxiety, then that's the way we work too. It's a real exploration. It's a journey that we go on together. And I use different ways. Obviously, I work with a root cause practice as well. So when something comes up in the body, when something is felt in the body, then we start to maybe explore that a little bit as well. And I can do some little meditations to bring you down, and then we access a little bit more. So that's why I make my sessions quite long, because some people need that time to rest in between, to bring themselves back and to experience themselves differently. So if you're looking to have a little bit more information or an introductory call to know a little bit more so that you can talk to me and you can feel my energy, you can feel whether I'm right for you, then please do. There is another practitioner that supported me in Glasgow who's incredible as well. So there's lots of ways that you can do that. So please let me know. And I hope this has been helpful to explain a little bit more about IEMT and why it's useful for you. Okay, have a great Saturday. I'm off to have a coffee in the sunshine. Take care, lots of love.